Born free as Caesar, so were you. We both have fed as well, and we both can endure the winter's cold as well as he.
Another general shout. I do believe that these applauses are for some new honors that are heaped on Caesar.
Why, man? He doth bestride the narrow world like a colossus, and we petty men walk under his huge legs and peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men at some times are masters of their fate. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings. Brutus and Caesar, what should be in that Caesar? Why should that name be sounded more than yours?
That you do love me, I am nothing jealous. What you would work me to, I have some aim. The games are done and Caesar is returning.
Antonius, Caesar, let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-headed men.
Portia, wherefore rise you now? It is not in your health to commit your weak conditions to the raw cold morning.
Nor for yours neither. You've ungently, Brutus, stole from my bed, and yesternight at supper you suddenly arose and walked about, musing and sighing with your arms across. And when I'd asked you what the matter was, you stared upon me with ungentle looks. I should not know you, Brutus. Dear my lord, make me acquainted with your cause of grief.
I am not well in health, that is all.
Brutus is wise, and were he not in health, he would embrace the means to come by it.
Why, so I do, good Portia. Go to bed.
You have some sick offense within your mind, which by the right and virtue of my place, I ought to know of. And upon my knees, I charm you by my once commended beauty, by all your vows of love and that great vow that did incorporate and make us one.
Kneel not, gentle Portia. You're my true and honorable wife, as true to me as the ruddy drops that visit my sad heart.
If this were true, then should I know the secret? Tell me your counsels. I will not disclose them. I have made strong proof of my constancy.
O ye gods, render me worthy of such a noble wife, and all the secrets of my sad heart. All my engagements I'll construe to thee, and the constancy of my sad brows.
Thrice hath Calpurnia in her sleep cried out, "Help! Ho! They murder Caesar!" Who's within?
What mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth? You shall not stir out of your house today.
Caesar shall forth. The things that threatened me ne'er look but on my back. When they shall see the face of Caesar, they are vanished.
Caesar, I never stir on ceremonies. Yet now they fright me. There is one within, besides the things that we have heard and seen. Recounts most horrid sights seen by the watch. A lioness hath whelped in the streets, and graves have yawned and yielded up their dead. Fierce, fiery warriors drizzled blood upon the Capitol. The noise of battle hurtled in the air. Horses did neigh, and dying men did groan, and ghosts did shriek and squeal about the streets. Oh, Caesar, these things are beyond all use, and I do fear them.
Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant taste of death but once. Of all the wonders I yet have heard, it seems to me most strange that men should fear, seeing that death, a necessary end, will come when it will come.
Alas, my lord, your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Do not go forth today. Call it my fear that keeps you in the house and not your own. We'll send Mark Antony to the Senate house. He shall say you are not well today. Let me, upon my knee, prevail in this.
Mark Antony shall say I am not well, and for thy humor I will stay at home. What is now amiss that Caesar in the Senate must be dressed?
Most high, most mighty, most puissant Caesar, Metellus those before thy seat and humble heart.
I must prevent thee, Metellus. Thy brother by decree is banished. If thou dost bend and pray and fawn for him, I spurn thee like a cur out of my way.
Most worthy Caesar, is there no voice more worthy than my own, to sound more sweet in great Caesar's ear? To appeal my banished brother?
I kiss thy hand, but not in flattery, Caesar, desiring thee that his banished brother may have an instant freedom of appeal.
What, Brutus?
Caesar, pardon, Caesar. As low as to thy foot doth Cassius fall to beg for his brother.
I could be well moved if I were you. If I could pray to move, prayers would move me. But I am as constant as the northern star.
Oh, Caesar!
Hence! Wilt thou lift up Olympus?
Great Caesar!
Speak, hands for me!
It to rotate, then fall, Caesar. Liberty. Freedom. Tyranny is dead. Run, hence, proclaim, cry it about the streets.
Some to the common pulpits and cry out, liberty, freedom!
Ambition's debt is paid.
Go to the pulpit, Brutus.
And Cassius too.
Where is Antony?
Who else must be let blood? Who else is rank? If I myself, there is no hour so fit as Caesar's death hour, nor no instrument of half that worth as those your swords, made rich with the most noble blood of all this world.
Oh, Antony, beg not your death of us. We might seem bloody and cruel, but our hearts you see not. They are pitiful. We do receive you in, with kind love, good thoughts, and reverence.
Your voice shall be as strong as any man's in the disposing of new dignities.
I doubt not of your wisdom, gentlemen all. Alas, what shall I say? My credit now stands on such slippery ground that one of two bad ways you must conceive me. Either a coward or a flatterer. That I did love thee, Caesar. Oh, 'tis true.
I blame you not for praising Caesar so, but what compact mean you to have with us? Will you be pricked in number of our friends, or shall we on and not depend on you?
Friends am I with you all and love you all. Upon this hope that you shall give me reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous.
Our reasons are so full of good regard that even you, Antony, son of Caesar, you should be satisfied.
That's all I see. And in the pulpit, as becomes a friend, speak in the order of his funeral.
You shall, Mark Antony.
Brutus, a word with you! You know not what you do. Do not consent. Know you not how much the people may be moved by that which you will utter?
Pardon, I will myself in the pulpit first, and speak the reason of our Caesar's death.
I know not what may fall. I like it not.
Mark Antony, in your funeral speech, you shall not blame us, but speak all good you can devise of Caesar, and say you do it by our permission.
Be it so, I do desire no more.
Prepare the body then, and follow us.
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers! Thou art the ruins of the noblest man that ever lived in the tide of times. Woe to the hand that shed this costly blood. Over thy wounds now do I prophesy, which like dumb mouths to ope their ruby lips, to beg the voice and utterance of my tongue. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men, domestic fury and fierce civil strife cry havoc, and let slip the dogs of war!
By the gods, they killed Caesar! Caesar!
Who has done this? We will be satisfied! Till the last! Romans, countrymen, and lovers, hear me for my cause and be silent, that you may hear why Brutus rose against Caesar. This is my answer. Not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more! Yeah. Had you rather Caesar were living to die all slaves than that he were dead to live all free men? That's a good point. Yeah. As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. As he was valiant, I honor him, but as he was ambitious, I slew him.
Yeah!
Good countrymen, let me depart alone, and for my sake, stay here with Mark Antony. Do grace on Caesar's corpse and grace his speech, tending to Caesar's glories, which Mark Antony by our permission is allowed to make.
Stay! Oh, and let us hear Mark
Anthony! I don't want to let him go up into the chair. We'll hear him.
For Brutus' sake, I am beholding to you.
Beholding you? What do you want? He says, for Brutus' sake, he finds himself beholding to us. Yes, there's no other time!
Oh, let us hear what.
What do you want?
Friends! Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is often interred with their bones, so let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus have told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously had Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man, so were they all. All honorable men. Am I to speak in Caesar's funeral? She was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious. Brutus is an honorable man. He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious?
No.
When that the poor hath cried, Caesar hath wept! Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet, Brutus says he was ambitious. Brutus is an honorable man. No. You all did see that on the Lupercal, I did thrice present him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? Yet, Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, he is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once. Not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? Oh, judgment! Thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. Oh, pardon. My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar. I must pause till it come back to me.
Methinks there's much reasoning in his saying.
If thou considers rightly, my friend, Caesar has a great wrong.
He was a good man.
Oh, masters. If I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I should do Brutus wrong and Cassius wrong. You all know we're honorable men.
No.
But here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will. Let but the commons hear this testament, which, pardon me, I do not mean to read. Have patience, gentle friends. I must not read it. It is not meet you know how Caesar loved you. You're not wood, you're not stones, but men. And being men, bearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you, will make you mad.
Oh, read the will.
Anthony the will. Will you be patient? Will you stay a while? I overshot myself to tell you of it. I fear I wrong the honorable men whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it. Villains! The will! Read the will!
Read the will.
Good friends, if I were disposed to stir up a sudden flood of mutiny, I should wrong the what private griefs they have. Alas, I know not. They are wise and honorable.
No.
Here is the will. And under Caesar's seal. To every Roman citizen he gives To every several man, 75 drachmas. Moreover, he hath left you all his walks, his private arbors and new planted orchards. On this side Tiber he hath left them you, and to your heirs forever. Common pleasures to walk abroad and recreate yourselves. Here was a Caesar. When comes such another?
Well, run out the Brutus!
A bottle of wine!
Now let it work. Mischief. Thou art afoot. Take thou what course thou wilt.
I'll not endure it. You forget yourself to hedge me in. I am a soldier. I, older in practice, abler than yourself to make conditions.
Go to! You are not, Cassius.
I am.
I say you're not.
Urge me no more. I shall forget myself. Have mind upon your health. Tempt me no further.
Away, slight man.
Ye gods! Ye gods! Must I endure all this?
All this? Aye. More! Fret till your proud heart break. Go show your slaves how choleric you are and make your bondmen tremble. Must I budge? Must I observe you? Must I stand and crouch under your testy humor? By the gods, I'll use you for my mirth. Yea, for my laughter.
Do not presume too much upon my love. I may do that I shall be sorry.
You have done what you should be sorry for. There is no terror, Cassius, in your threats. For I am armed so strong in honesty, they pass me by as the idle wind, which I respect not.
You love me not.
I do not like your faults.
A friendly eye could never see such faults.
Flatterers would not, though they do peer huge as high Olympus.
Come, Antony and young Octavius, come. Revenge yourselves alone on Cassius. For Cassius is aweary of the world, hated by one he loves, braved by his brother, checked like a bondman, all his faults observed, set in a notebook, learned and conned by rote, to cast into my teeth. I could weep my spirit from mine eyes. There is my dagger, and here my naked breast. Beneath, a heart dearer than Plutus mine, richer than gold. If that thou beest a Roman, take it forth.
Sheath your dagger. Oh, Cassius, you are yoked with a lamb that carries anger as the flint bears fire, who much in force shows a hasty spark and straight is cold again.
Hath Cassius lived to be but mirth and laughter to his Brutus when grief and blood ill-tempered vexeth him?
When I spoke that I was ill-tempered too,
Do you confess so much? Give me your hand.
and my heart too.
For I perceive a cold demeanor in Octavius's wing, and sudden push give them the overthrow. Ride, ride! Let them all come down!
precious. Brutus took it too eagerly. His soldiers fell to spoil. And whilst by Antony we are all enclosed.
That hill is far enough. Look, Titinius, are those my tents where I perceive the fire?
And turn away thy face while I do one upon it. Wilt thou, Strato?
Give me your hand first. Fare you well, my lord.
Farewell, good Strato.
Caesar, now be still. I killed not thee with half so good a will.
What man is that? My master's man, Strato. Where is thy master?
Free from the bondage you in, Messala, the conquerors can make but a fire of him. But the only man that overcame Brutus was Brutus himself, and no man else hath honor in his death.
All that have served Brutus, I will entertain them. Fellow, wilt thou bestow thy time with me?
Aye, if Messala will prefer me to you.
Do so, good Messala.
How died my master, Strato?
I held the blade, and he did run on it.
Octavius, then take to follow thee that did the latest service to my master.
This was the noblest Roman of them all. All the conspirators, save only he, did that they did in envy of great Caesar. He alone, with general honest thought and common good to all, made one of them. His life was gentle, and the elements so mixed in him that nature might stand up and say to all the world, this was a man.
According to his virtue, let us use him, with all respect and rites of burial. Within my tent, his bones tonight shall lie, most like a soldier, ordered honorably. So call the field to rest.
Julius!